Good evening, candidates. Am I audible to you?
Good
Yes,
evening, ma'am.
good evening.
Okay, good evening to all of you. So, finally, guys, welcome to our first session of our SBL class series. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Palak Rana, and I'm an ACCA member, and I am teaching ACCA from last 3.5 years. So apart from teaching ACCA, I also have industry experience of 6+ years, both Indian as well as UK accounting and taxation departments. So this was all about, a quick introduction about me. So before I initiate the session, as today is our first day, I just want a quick update, and you guys are allowed to, message me in the chat box for our conversation that how many of you are appearing for the first time for ACCA, because maybe you any one of you could be chartered accountant, or like how many of you are appearing for the first time in the professional level examination? Is there anyone who is appearing for the professional level examination for the first time? You can
Yes.
message in the chat box so that I can understand that you know basics about professional level examination. No one? Okay, Astha. Okay, Deya. Anyone else who is appearing for the first time for ACC professional level examination? Okay, Srindhi. Okay, Priyanshu, Vedant. Okay, Sapna, you have appeared for ATX. Okay, so means most of you are appearing for the first time for professional level examination, be it be like joining ACC for the first time just because of your CA background, be it be you are from the skill level and SBL is your first paper. So the reason for asking this question was because even if you are from the CA background, you need to understand the paper pattern of SBL. And even if you are appearing for the first time in professional level examination, the pattern of skill level and professional level examination is somehow different. And Sapna, you have mentioned that you have appeared for ATX, although from the last year, like in other professional level papers, the professional marks are now being tested with good 20 marks, but the pattern of SBL is different from other professional level examination. So guys, the most important thing is to understand the paper pattern, because SBL is one of the easiest paper if you understand the trick, if you understand the pattern, and if you understand the thought process of the examiner. So whatever I will be guiding you today, you have to follow that approach throughout your journey of SBL specifically, and you can also follow that approach in your other professional level papers. So if you have notepad, you can, write the pointers that is gonna to help you in your SBL journey. So the first thing which I would like to tell you about SBL paper is the paper is of 100 marks, just like any other examination, be it be chartered accountancy or be it be the skill level paper. But what is different in SBL is professional level examination, professional level being tested. Now, Sapna, you might say that that in ATX also the professional marks were being tested. See, the paper pattern of SBL is 80-20 ratio, and within that 80 marks area, you will be just getting one case study, which is different from all of other ACCA professional level papers. In that paper, you will be given a full-fledged case study of good, in pages, if I tell you, good 12 to 15 marks page case study, And it's just like a English, like we used to have a comprehensive paragraph in our English paper in class 7th 8th, and within that case study we were being tested certain questions, and it's just like that. It's a case study, and based on that case study, be it be any industry, you will be tested few questions. So 80 mark is your technical marks, which is based upon your knowledge area regarding that industry, which is being tested in your paper, regarding the topic area, which you will be covering with me, regarding your like models, which are applicable in your SBL paper, and rest 20 marks will be your professional marks. Now, what is professional marks? We will be covering throughout our lecture because it's very important to focus on professional marks while attempting the paper. But I will say it is a free of cost marks. Yes, like in examination, the examiner will mention you, okay, this particular question you have to attempt considering the professional skepticism, considering the communication skill, considering the evaluation skill. These are the certain skills which they want you to perform while attempting your question. And what does every skill mean? I will be guiding you. I will be discussing question with you guys throughout our sessions. And it is very important to focus on the professional skills while attempting the paper, because if you are not focusing on which professional skills they are talking about, you will end up by losing marks for that specific question in terms of professional skills, and these professional skills are attached to your technical marks. So these free of cost marks are gonna to impact your 80 marks. So make sure you are writing what you are writing is important in SBL paper. So next is, like I mentioned you, that there will be one case study. You guys are very lucky because from last year, ACCA have introduced the concept of pre-scene. How many of you know about pre-scene material of SBL paper? Do you know what is the meaning of pre-scene in SBL paper? Okay, okay. So see, pre-scene is that 15 days prior your examination. Okay, good to know, Srinath. Yes, Agratha, not paper, but yeah, knowledge about the case study, which is gonna to be tested in your paper area. So like in this attempt, in September attempt, the industry which they tested was Uber industry, like related to Uber industry. That was a industry regarding the model which Uber is operating. So within that area, you will get an estimation, okay, like how does that specific industry operates. So based on that 2 week prior case study, and this is about 70% of the case study, they won't be mentioning you which question they are gonna to test. They won't be mentioning you full detail about the case study, but we can say 65 to 70% area regarding that industry will be discussed 15 days prior to examination. That means you don't need to think about, okay, the question could be from this area or that area. You will be aware already that the question is relating to that specific industry, and you can research about that industry, that, okay, how does that industry operate? What are the strength and what are the weaknesses of that industry? What governance structure could relate to that specific industry? And they will be giving you information regarding that specific company and that specific country as well. So it will be more easy for you to understand, and we do guesswork in every attempt. Okay, these type of topic area could be tested in your SBL paper, and I won't say 100%, but 40 to 50% guesswork works. Not exactly, okay, because the question is not in tested in such a way that, okay, define this, define that. But yeah, we get to understand, okay, this could be tested, this specific model area could be tested. So you guys are very lucky, because in my time this facility was not available, and you guys are, lucky in such a way that you will be prepared by us for that area as well during our classes. Now, so basically, the case study will be provided to you by the examination 15 days prior to examination, and rest you will be covering syllabus area with us regarding the discussion part. And the case study, it's not like that one case study and you will be tested with just one question. Like a case study and some introduction and some information will be provided in the main examination. And after that, in the, a paper, you will be provided some task. And for every task, you have to attempt the paper. Now, as I have seen, most of you are appearing for the first time for your ACC examination, except Sapna in this session. Before starting our session, let me give you a tour of our ACCA examination platform. Now, what examination platform is and how to use that, I will be guiding you. And why I am doing this in today's session only, it's very important to understand, because the paper pattern of SBL is different from all other papers. And again, as you, most of you are, joining ACCA for the first time, you should be aware about how our paper are being conducted. So ACC examination platform is nothing. It's just a platform by ACC itself. And within that platform, you get the facility of preparing yourself for the exam ready environment. And I guide all of my students to prepare from that platform while practicing the question, because you will be able to see the exact paper type, like the screen which will be available in your main paper, so you can practice accordingly, your speed will work accordingly. And why I am showing you this screen today only, reason being because SBL, like how the task will be conducted and how your thought process should be while preparing for the SBL, it's very important. So let me give you a tour. So Sapna, I guess you already know that because you have appeared for taxation paper. But for other students, I am just, spending 5 minutes for this area. So guys, I assume that most of you are registered into ACCA. So as soon as you get registered into ACCA, you will be getting your own My ACCA ID and registration ID as well as password, with which you will be, using your own portal with the ID and password. So this is exactly the portal look likes. And because my role is not to guide you about the portal, but yeah, just giving you idea that okay, how this exactly work. And from the study resources option, you guys can get the resources, all the resources for ACCA, and whatever paper you are appearing, you have to select it from the portal itself. And after choosing your desired subject, you will be getting this type of screen. And these are like in the last phase of our lectures, I will be guiding you, okay, like from which resource you will be getting which kind of information. Today, my main purpose is to just guide you that how the real examination look like. So, so the main purpose is just to guide you about the real examination and how you will be preparing. Because, like Sapna, as you have appeared in the previous paper, which was ATX, the paper pattern would be different. And like other students are also fresher, so they must be aware about okay that how SBL looks like and how their thought process should be, because there will be only one case study, and within that case study, you will be expected various tasks. So guys, I will be guiding you in our upcoming session that okay, how exactly to use this case study, or like how to exactly use this practice platform. Today, I'm just guiding you about the paper pattern so that you can practice. So, within our chapter area, we will be covering topic-wise question as well. But for SBL only, your main focus should be based upon the practice according to the examination approach. Now, what exactly examination approach means? That you have to prepare using the like ACCA resources, like long questions which are being tested in the ACCA examination. Just one or two question you can prepare from the platform, like chapter wise from every chapter. Rest other questions, like we have good 16 to 17 questions, like topic area wise. So, like a full-fledged question. So you should be preparing according to the full-fledged questions, not topic-wise question, because they are nowhere gonna to be tested. So you don't need to invest your time on a single chapter-wise question. So I assume that most of you are working professional. So that's why I will be guiding you only according to the examination related approach, that how you can secure good marks with the, like smart work, not just the hard work only. So this is exactly your examination screen looks like, and where you can see my picture, like on the top, on the right, you will be able to see timer in the main examination, and it will be totally a computer-based examination. So this is exactly your screen looks like, and see, there is some information known as pre-seen information. The same information will be available to you 15 days prior the main examination. So, like, this type of information regarding the industry in the main examination is gonna to be tested, will be available to you. And again, some exhibits will be tested. And again, task will be tested. Like, see, in every task, they are focusing on different professional marks, and they are guiding you, okay, in this specific question, we are focusing on professional marks. So what professional mark they are testing and in which question they are testing professional marks, it is very important to focus, because if you are not gonna to attempt your question according to professional marks, they won't be giving you marks. Any doubts till now? And if you have any doubts, you can, message me in the chat box. I will be, solving your queries. So this is exactly your screen will look like, and you have to attempt your answer in the word processor. It's not 100% word, but yes, some options from the words are enabled. And again, you have the option to attempt the answer in the slide form. Why slide form? Because there are different formats which will be tested in your SBL paper, that okay, you have to answer a specific question in the report format. So you will be writing in Word. If they will be testing you in like a business case, memo, letter, you will be working in Word. Maybe the question will mention you that yes, you have to prepare a presentation slide. So you will be mentioning in the slide option only, not in Word. And for calculation purpose, you will be doing the major calculation in the spreadsheet only. So this is exactly how your paper should be attempted, and this is exactly how ACC examinations are being conducted. Any doubts till now? Okay. So guys, this was like, the paper pattern, how your paper pattern should be, because I believe that on the initial phase of your journey, you should know like what is gonna to be tested and how you have to prepare. Now, in your SBL paper, the thing which will be tested is the professional marks. The next thing which will be tested, that you have to attempt your question in the desired format, like in the report, briefing notes, memo. And professional marks, you should be aware about that, yes, which professional skills they are gonna to test in which area. So giving you guide regarding the professional skills in a very easy go manner. Just write down what I am writing in your notepad or anywhere. Like these are the professional skills which will be tested in your paper. So yes, if they are gonna to test you with the communication skill, effective communication, the question will mention you that the professional skill marks relate to communication skill. So it is nothing that the professional, it's the most easiest professional skills. That means how you are conveying your ideas. And in your SBL paper, your thought process should be imagining yourself like a CEO, CFO of the company. And like think like, okay, you are the business leader, you are the business manager, and how you will be dealing with that particular situation. Most of the time the question will specifically mention you that imagine you are the CEO, or working at that specific position, or maybe you are the assistant of CEO, and you have to work accordingly. So make sure read the information of question properly. Don't miss out important areas, and I will be guiding you how to read the question of SBL because it's a very lengthy question. So you should be aware about that, how I should check the most important areas. So whenever the question will guide you about the communication skill, so that means you will have to use the information in such a way that yes, you are clarifying what you are trying to say, you are informing, like maybe you are expressing clearly and conveying and keeping in mind the target audience, what exactly your audience looks like suppose if you are writing to chairman, you are writing to NED, or maybe you are writing to finance director. So which area you need to focus on, what exactly your audience is. So you should keep that in your mind because your writing process should be based upon the fact that who exactly your audience is. So the major hint over here is that, okay, you have to use the appropriate format. And suppose if it's a report format, use the appropriate format. Use like for briefing notes, for the letter, for the presentation slides, for the press release, your professional marks will be covered with that. So free of cost professional marks just by writing according to the examination requirement. Next is your commercial awareness. That means you have to show the understanding of the business acumen and the market dynamics. That means you should be able to understand about the overall business and the external factors relating to specific business areas. Okay, Ronak, definitely, I will do that. Actually, I have been mentioned that the most of the students want total English. So the reason, is there anyone else who want Hindi along with English? Okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, Ronak, I totally understand, like a little Hindi. So don't worry, Ronak, I will be taking care of that as well. Don't worry. I truly understand, because it's, for our understanding purpose, we need like a blend of our local area. And I used to do that. Definitely, I'll be taking care of that. So now, Ronak, in, communication skill, what they want is that you have to, like, आपको अपना point, बताना है, clarify करना है that yes, what exactly you are trying to say. Like address the right people. Next is commercial awareness. In case of commercial awareness or commercial acumen, you can say. तो उस वाले part में guys, you have to make sure that yes, you know what your business is. आपको अपना business पता होना चाहिए. You should be aware about your external factors as well. And yes, you should be, able to give the comments based upon the business area. You should be able to give the recommendation, judgment pass karna basically, decision making power relating to business related area. So yes, you should be using good words according to the question, like opportunities, threats, customer, competitors, market share, risk. So this is all about the commercial awareness. Now, next is your, analytical proficiency, possessing strong skills in analyzing and interpreting the information. Analyze. That means you are thoroughly reviewing the given information. Whatever information is provided to you are checking what is given in that area. Investigate the reason in the current status कि उसके पीछे का reason क्या है. You should be in a position to investigate. You should just not be just giving it that yes, whatever I have provided to you, you are just grasping that. So yes, investigate in that area. So yes, again you will be explaining in case of analysis skill, and you will be commenting in detail with respect to particular set of information and data, and again you will be questioning the appropriateness of the assumption used. So this is all about the analysis skill, that आप उसको inquire कर सकते हैं, आप उसको consider कर सकते हैं that what is being provided to you. Now next is the critical thinking skepticism, and it is also known as professional skepticism. Professional skepticism, that means you are questioning, you are challenging, you are probing. That means if the question is testing you with the professional skills relating to professional skepticism, you have to imagine yourself just like, that I can't believe whatever you are saying blindly. Your thought process should be questioning mind. Professional skepticism means questioning mind, and in a very layman language, I will be saying that is shakki mind, Ronak. You have to challenge someone else's opinion. That okay, whatever facts and figures are being provided, you just can't believe based on that information. So yes, if they are asking you to use professional skepticism, you have to use the tone according to the word, like I disagree, or it's incorrect, or it should be further investigated. This should be your wording while attempting the question according to the professional skepticism. And I will be guiding you okay how to use these skills while attempting the question. We will be covering various questions. Now next is your evaluation skills, and this is your last skill. So, assessing data and information using the professional judgment, like basically you will be giving both pros and cons, that means advantages as well as disadvantages of a given set of information. And that means it will cover the assess skill also, it will cover the estimation, it will include the appraisal. That means you have to basically go with the both pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages of a given set of information. Like you have to give a viewpoint based upon the balanced information in case of professional skills. Now, one thing you should be aware about, every professional skill will be tested only once in the whole question paper. So 5 professional skills, that means 4 marks each. This is your marking guide with respect to professional skills. So, and again, evaluation, skepticism, and communication skills are most easiest professional skills to be tested. Most easiest. Now, another thing which you need to be aware about in your SBL paper, formats are very important. What kind of formats will be tested? I am just writing it over here. And we will be doing questions, and then you have to use those professional formats which will be tested in your paper. Okay, in your paper, most of the professional formats will be tested. Report is the most common, which is definitely gonna to come. Slides definitely gonna to come. So slides, report, project initiation documents, business case, pardon with me with, with my writing. So again, that could be a letter or memo. That could be your um, press release. So these are the formats which you should keep in your mind that, yeah, these are the formats which will be tested. And like throughout our lectures, we will be covering formats and that how to prepare these formats. I will be guiding you. Just a minute, because there is some issue. So let's start with our total, today's first topic area, which is our topic number one, leadership. See, these few pages from the front are not to be attempted right now. Reason being, because you don't know much detail about the topic area. So in these, front end pages, the formats have been discussed, and like how to prepare these formats have been discussed. So I won't be, doing them today. We will be starting with our leadership areas. So as most of you are charter over here, so let's make the session interactive, and you have to, give your thought process on, leadership today. So, till the time I'm opening the slide, can you guide me what leadership exactly is and what are the types of leader? Anyone from you is leader over here? Do we have any leader over here? Some problem with the file. Okay, so can anyone tell me what exactly leader is? Yeah, Sapna, great. See, in your yes, Astha, leaders lead the team member to meet the organizational objective. Correct, correct. Good, good, good. So yes, leadership is nothing, but it means that we are leading a group of people in our organization to achieve our organizational goal, to achieve the desired outcome. Someone who guides a team towards yes. Yes, Vedant, exactly, very easy go manner, you have defined everything. So yes, see, in our SBL journey, I'm your leader. And yes, what is our objective? To help you to make sure that you are able to clear your SBL examination in the first go. So yes, I will be guiding you guys, because see, all of you are like most of you are chartered accountant over here. But still, I'm like maybe, you are of my age or maybe, elder than me, but still I am guiding you because I have been given that authority to motivate you, to guide you, to help you to achieve your desired outcome. So yes, in this chapter, we will be learning about leaders, what kind of leaders we have in our organization structure, what is the role of leader, and how leader, why leader is important. So now, role of leader, uh, role of strategic business leader. So yes, in your main paper area, and guys, make sure in your SBL paper, it is not necessary to learn the definition or to, mug up the definition, because nowhere it is going to be tested in the same way it is, uh, the paper. But like, you just need to understand the concept, link with the case study, and write and, in your own way, like the way you want. So yes, so leader, like the role can differ according to the organization and across the organization, but what could be involved under the roles of leader? First one is establishing the organization vision, mission, inspiring individual to align with the pursue with these goals. And they define the strategic objectives such as the product line and target market. See, um, do you know what is the meaning of what is the meaning of vision in a very normal layman language? Because I want the class to be interactive. I don't want that I am just reading the part and just you are listening. I want you to be a leader, so that's why I want you to be participative. So, what exactly vision is? Vision. And yes, in your paper area, there are certain words like, which by the name you can get the idea what exactly it is. Okay. Okay. That is, mission Vedant. So basically, mission and vision are two different terms, but somehow students get confused between these two terms. So mission is something which exactly our goal relate to, like where we want to go and where we are, what we are imagining about our organization, like the main purpose of our existence. But vision link it with the eyesight, like we see that, okay, it's my vision. Vision means the power to see. Yes, that means where we are imagining our organization in the upcoming future to achieve our ultimate goal that relate to our vision. So vision, link this word with the real life vision. So, yes, if being a leader, I am not in a position to have a visionary view, that I can't have the forward thinking about my organization, I am not a good leader. So, a good leader should have a visionary skills and he should be in a position to achieve, to help to achieve the organization mission in the long run. Exactly. We need to make sure that yes, a leader is the one who influence, who motivate others to achieve the vision, to achieve the mission. So there are certain, leaders in our country, and these are certain famous leaders. And yes, we can understand that yes, first of all, for an example purpose, we have Mr. Mukesh Ambani, who is the managing director of Reliance Industry. He is having the visionary expansion and he is having the global mindset and technological innovation. So, yes, Ronak, exactly. So, what Mukesh Ambani did. Like, he is having multiple industries. We know that, like, when Geo came into existence, somehow I would say that Geo gave heart attack to, other industries, like other mobile phone operators, be the Airtel, be the Vodafone, and like, everyone switched to Geo because of, that, like expansion. He had thought process, okay, by offering free of cost mobile SIM, he can, and he know that what exactly Indians are, and yes, how they will be attracted. So he should, like a good leader should have a visionary expansion. And again, he should have the global mindset, like it's not limited to one particular area. And again, he should have that technological innovation. See, we know that today time period is relating to industry development, relating to innovation, and again relating to technology. Earlier the examination were pen and paper based. Now, ACCA also have introduced the computerized examination just because of they are developing in technology. You, by just sitting at your home, can attempt the remote based examination. This is the technological innovation by ACCA that with the comfort zone, student can appear for their examination and by just sitting at there. So a good leader is not the one who is just in its shell. He want to get out of the comfort zone and to beat their competitors. Is that clear to everyone? And any one of you, like, as I said, most of the time we will be using totally English mode. So still, if any one of you want me to narrate any specific word in your local layman language, I will be doing that. Definitely. But 90-95% we will be using English. But yeah, if you want me to address any specific issue in Hindi, definitely I'll be doing that. So now the next is that what kind of traits are required for becoming a leader? So trait means characteristics. So yes, like what different do I have? What different does like features are available in my attitude, my like characteristics are available within me, which make me different from others, and with that I can attract others and I can influence others to perform that desired action. Like so like in your SBL you will be tested with different theories of leadership, and like I will be guiding you with the different, and you will be getting these um PPTs as well. So can you see this, PPT? Okay. So see, you don't need to mention this is part of a specific theory in your question. So yes, if you want to, you can. So yes, according to leadership theory, we have different types of theories. So one is trait theory. Trait theory focus on the qualities of a good leader. That exactly how a good leader look likes. Like like there are certain leaders, just like we discussed about Mukesh Ambani, he was having the good visionary skill. There are certain leaders who are good in communication, like they have the influencing power with their communication only, and yes, they can attract anyone and mold someone else's decision. There are certain leaders who motivate, just like taking the example of Sandeep Maheshwari is a very good motivator. Whenever I was I was preparing for my examination, and I was stressed out because we are part of a profession and sometimes we can be stressed out. So I used to, watch his video recordings to motivate myself. So these people have the motivation skills to influence someone else's decision. So these are having the traits of, motivation, communication. So every leader is having a cocktail of different traits, different characteristics. Next theory, which can be tested, like, which you can use, is style and behavioral theory. That means how I am influencing other. That means what my influencing style is. Like, am I, selling, or like these are, this is the Arfrich, behavioral theory. Like, like there are certain leaders who just, like ask other that you have to follow my instruction. No means no. I am rigid. And there are certain person who are like selling their ideas, selling in the sense, okay, I'm listening to you that what you want from me. But in the end, what I want to do, I will be doing that. I will be, molding you in such a way that, okay, by happily, by, regretting that, yes, you have to follow my decision without any conversation, you will be accepting my decision. Next is consult. I will be asking you, like vote for me, like vote, give a poll, what you want, what's your opinion is, and in the end, what I will be doing is totally my will. It's totally my decision. And Next is joint type person, that yes, I will be asking you to participate in the discussion and we will reach at a common consensus based upon, your wish, my wish. So this is our behavioral theory. And these are the types of leader throughout the industry. Is that clear, guys? And as you all are from the exemption route, these topics were covered in your BT as well, just to let you know. So next is our leadership theory based upon the contingencies theory. Contingency means contingency. The name itself tells that there is no fixation, right? Like Ronak, we will say that kuch pakka nahi hai, right? There is no one right way of leading that will serve all the situation. I can't say that okay, I will be behaving rigidity and I will be behaving with politeness. So it depends upon situation to situation how I will be behaving. So yes, it is totally a situation based theory, and like the person will behave according to the situation in this theory. Like it depend upon the team, it depend upon the nature of task which is being involved. So yes, there are certain people who are psychologically distant. They keep themselves away from the other people. And there are certain people as well, like they like to be around the people. They want participation of other individual as well. Now, the next theory I would like to address is McGeorger theory X and McGeorger theory Y. So see, there are certain manager, they feel that their team lack expertise and the responsibility. They feel like, people don't know anything. The people who are working under me, they are, not in a position to take decision by themselves. So that's why these manager dictate what need to be done, and team is closely monitored according to the situation. And yes, how you are performing, I will be keeping track on you. And the manager get heavily involved in routine tasks and minor decision making as well. So yes, the manager, I will be like me being a manager, me being a senior, I will be taking care of each and every single area. I will be participating. Now, the team is not accountable as they just follow the orders. So, as I am telling you what you need to do. So that's why you are not accountable. Because you are just following my instructions. So maybe I am guiding you wrong. So in the end, I will be held responsible for each and every course of action. And this approach works for simple and repetitive tasks because, in a very complex situation, like whenever the different situations are involved, I can't be, be participating because, I can't be involved in, any different areas. But on the other hand, there are theory why managers, they feel that, okay, my team can do and they are willing to take responsibility. I will be relying on their work, and that's why I will allow you to be independent. I will allow you to be, participate. I will allow to, take decision according to your will. And that's why I won't be involved in routine and, task. I will say, okay, let them do what they are doing. So yes, in that case, you will be held responsible for whatever decision you are taking. I won't be responsible for any of the area. And yes, this approach is gonna to be, be possible in case of a complex task. Anything till now? Guys, you might have seen that the wording here used is very easy go wording. The reason, because I believe that in SBL specifically, this is one of my favorite paper area, and thankfully I scored very good marks in my SBL paper area. So what I have seen in my student journey and in my teaching journey, that you don't need to grasp the concept, just read the wording and learn the wording. You need to understand the terms, you need to link the terms, and that's why I have prepared a very simplified notes. Even if like Ronak, now I don't think so that you will be requiring a narration in Hindi wording, because it's like a very simplified notes. I will be using PPTs, as well as I will be using the books which you have been provided. So now, next is entrepreneurial and intrapreneurial. Can anyone tell me that, do you know the meaning of entrepreneur? And if you are professional, and might be you will be watching Shark Tank. So always try to link whatever is nearby you. Yes, any one of you watch Shark Tank? Yes, businessman. But there is a kick within the word businessman. Like there are a number of businessmen nearby my home. There are n number of businessmen. So all of them are entrepreneurs. Yes. Who takes the risk? How he takes the risk, that means I don't know, you watch, because I am very much involved in the professional shows, or the informations. So yes, the one, like you might have seen Shark Tank India, the person are coming up with different new concepts and ideas, and they start their own startup. And now we can see that, like in our country there are n number of startups. So entrepreneur is nothing but the person who is ready to take the risk. He who is ready to take the challenge to set up his own business with the new idea as well as new concept. The one, maybe there was a person who invented the mobile phone. He was an entrepreneur at that time. And nowadays we are seeing that, okay, a few months back, I was watching Shark Tank, and I have seen that there was someone who invented some two persons car, like a car, like compact car, which can be easily move here and there in traffic related areas. So yes, the person who is investing in some new business idea and taking the challenge and inventing something new. So there is another term which is known as intrapreneurship. So do you know what the meaning of intrapreneurship is? Yeah, yeah, Serenity will absolutely correct. So yes, sometime I am good with ideas, but I don't have funds. I don't have funds, so that means promote. The companies are like good 6 to 8 months back, I heard somewhere that Ratan Tata promote this entrepreneurial culture. He offered good, job opportunities to the persons who are having innovative minds and idea. He have mentioned that if you have good ideas, if you are, such person who can innovate, who can bring some good ideas on my table, I will be investing in your business area. So suppose if I am good with ideas, but I don't have funds, so entrepreneur is the one who invest in the business, who take the risk. But this person is the one who is just giving the idea. He is not investing in the business. There is someone person X who is the owner, who is investing in the idea of entrepreneur. So that means it's less risky. I am just giving my idea to someone who will be investing in my business, and I will be helping that business to bring innovation. So Employee who promotes innovation and new ideas within the organization. Entrepreneurial bears less risk as compared to entrepreneurials, as investment is made with by the organization. Many organizations are now encouraging entrepreneurship within the organization as it lead to innovation, encouraging the sharing of new ideas. Is that clear? Yes, guys, is that clear? Now, see, we have different types of leaders again. So, one is the transformational leader, and the another one is transnational leader. So the leader are just like CEO, like chairman kind of person. These persons are having innovation skills. These persons think about the long-term future of the organization. They bring the change in the organization. They establish what our mission is. They establish what should be our strategy to achieve that desired mission. So they, move towards the growth of the organization. But there are another leaders who are known as the transactional leader who just behave like manager. Their main purpose is just to achieve the mission, to achieve the strategy. They don't know how to do that. They are just, they are doing, but yes, they are not just, thinking something new. They are not thinking something challenging. The next thing is to manage and control. They just work just like they have been assigned certain task, and they are just working on the managing part. And that's why they are having medium to short term view. They are not thinking about the long term view of the organization. So this is all about the types of leaders. So, see, you can, refer these, notes as well, like, transformational leaders, they bring the organizational change in the organization. Like, they are inclined to follow someone who inspired them, just like CEO, just like chairman. And yes, these person are having vision. These person are having the passion with the remarkable feats. And yes, they inject enthusiasm, they inject the energy in the organization that yes, we have to do it at any cost. So they have some visionary development within them. And they if I mention you, and you don't need to just cram this, just read it once, these notes, just read it once. And you can write within these notes with your easy go language, just to link with the question. So yes, what are the stages of transformational leader? Like we have covered the transformational leader, like the person who established the mission of the organization. They have some visionary development. They formulate the vision. They think about, okay, what will be our future in the upcoming 10 years, upcoming 20 years. And yes, they have the view that okay, how we will be utilizing our resources to grab that opportunity and to achieve that desired outcome. And they plan accordingly. They lead other people by combining their skill with their organizational objective. They inspire others. So now next is transformational leader, right? Like there are certain other examples regarding the transformational leader. Like uh, they have like a lesson learn approach. They have the strategic move, like they uh, uh, they think about okay, how our organization will be having an empowered culture. Like they have the like approach of top like bottom up instead of top down. So do you know the meaning of bottom up approach and top down approach? So there are two approach. One is top down and one is bottom up. Bottom up means like from the lower level of organization to the upper level of organization, everyone is being involved, and like yes, you are having some sort of authority, like decision making skills. So yes, in nutshell, transformational leader is someone who is bringing, yes, they are not heard, but yes, in transformational leadership strategy, they are giving them some sort of a power relating to their departmental area in transformational leadership. Okay, so now next is authentic leadership. So one is regarding the public trust. These are the certain examples, again repeating, you don't need to learn them. With questions, with past papers, you will get to know that yes, what will be tested exactly. So yes, authentic leadership, public trust, the 2008 financial crisis and previous corporate scandal eroded public trust in the business leaders. Authentic leadership emerged as a response, emphasizing leader commitment to society issue and a genuine desire to make a positive lasting impact. So basically, authentic leadership, like in back 2008, there was financial crisis throughout the industry, and there were certain corporate scandal. The one of the famous scandal was Enroll scandal, Sahara scandal. So these scandal made the life difficult of the the person who want the stock exchange, because the stock market was totally crashed, because people were not ready to invest in companies, because they were feeling that our money is gonna to be waste if we invest in companies, because they were unsure that how their funds will be utilized. So that's why now the another leadership form came into existence, which is known as the authentic leadership. Now the leaders are someone who are focusing on the need of the society, who are focusing on, okay, what our society exactly wants. Like yes, we are creating a good impact on the society, just like Ratan Tata is, they create a good impact on the society, that we are not just focused on the profit only, we are gonna to think beyond that, like for our society, for general public, for employees as well. And again, next thing which they think in their mind under authentic leadership is self-awareness. That means they acknowledge that imitation hinders the authenticity. Initial steps involve profound self-awareness, understanding the intrinsic motivators, value, beliefs that guide leadership decision. So that means they identify and address their weakness. That means if I want to become a leader, it's not about that, okay, I am just doing my own. I just need to understand what exactly my threats are, what exactly my strengths are, what my weakness is, and how I can help others to achieve their goal. Next is practice. It is not about that, okay, me being termed as a leader and, I am working based on that. Authentic leaders demonstrate their commitment through tangible, purposeful action. Yes, what actually I am doing in that specific situation. That will make me a good leader. If by name I am a leader, it's not about having the, authentic leadership. Next is they must have the innovation related skills. A key responsibility of a strategic leadership involves spearing innovation and pinpointing fresh strategic prospects. Innovation encompasses beyond creating novel products. It involves devising manufacturing producers, bringing these products to the market. That means I am doing something new. I am giving some new product to the market, new service to the market, which is beyond the thought process of the general public till now. So that means, again, we have already discussed about the Reliance Jio, about the affordable internet. I don't think so. Before Geo, it was easy for everyone to having a online business. After that, we are seeing that there are so many bloggers coming into existence. Everyone is now a YouTuber. So, be it be in the fashion industry, be it be in the education industry, everyone is, now becoming a YouTuber. How? Because, he bring out the change in the, everyone was having the mobile, but yes, none of them thought about having affordability. Now, entrepreneurship, we have already discussed. That means a new enterprise is establishing a new enterprise and often lead to various innovation. Like we can see that in our country, there is one city which is known as the startup capital of our country. That city is famous for startups. Anyone knows? There is a city in our, yeah, yes, Agratha, Bangalore. Yes, Devansh. So yes, we have some startup, capital in our country, which is known as, Bangalore. And yes, during this phase, the main focus is on, yes, we are focusing on the survival, and then we are focusing on the expansion, that how we will be expanding our business to, secure the funds, to, innovate more, to, to get the investment. Then after that, we focus on the growth, by increasing the number of franchisee, by, expanding our operations. And then there comes a stage of maturity. We are now at a stable position. Now our profits are not increasing. And at this stage, most of the startup business, if they want to, they sell their business to someone else who wants just a ready-made solution. So if I discuss about certain advantages of entrepreneurship and drawbacks of entrepreneurship, and just to let you know directly, no advantages, disadvantages are being tested. In a case study, maybe you can guide, or maybe you can provide the information. Okay, the culture is entrepreneurship, and linking with the case study, you will be guiding. Okay, that yes, in this specific country, in this specific company, people are having entrepreneurship thought process. So just giving you idea how you will be attempting the main question. So the advantages of entrepreneurship: ventures founders are driven to succeed as they hold a financial interest in the business, which can lead to immense personal fulfillment. If we are aware about, there are venture capitalists, and if you watch the Shark Tank, these are the known as angel investors as well. There are angel investors who invest in the business of these entrepreneurs as well nowadays. So basically they operate without bureaucracy constraint. So what does exactly bureaucracy means? Like in government department, we see that, okay, to make a just a simplified decision, we need to pass through a chain of command of different level of organization. But to bring about the change, to bring about the innovation, we need to break that stereotype, and we need to think about our own decision making. And that's why tailor made decision making is a critical area which is being followed in the entrepreneurial structure. That means we think decisions, we make the decision according to the situation. And yes, again, we have the liberty to, explore something new. We are not just covered in our shell. But there are certain drawbacks of having the entrepreneurship, because sometimes we might not be having capital, so that's why we have this entrepreneurship culture. And yes, sometimes we don't have the funds to invest in our business area. And we sometimes it could be happen that yes, without proper market research, the business might fail unless we are creating the product but for the wrong market, or we are creating the wrong product. And yes, sometimes we need some time, and yes, we fail. So these are the certain challenges which entrepreneurship culture might face. So yes, we have the example of Vishal Shekhar Sharma, who was the person who transformed the digital payments. Now we have Google Pay as well, but yes, after that Bharat Pay, BHIM, there were another areas, but yes, this person in invented the Paytm in our country. And yes, we can see that a normal fruit seller, a vegetable seller, the auto rickshaw driver in our city, they are also using the Paytm. So this is again a challenging task, and again that involves innovation. Now, entrepreneurship, like we have seen that, yes, using the entrepreneurial principle, but with an existing organization. So, fostering entrepreneurship allows established companies to tap into entrepreneurial energy while benefiting from solid finance foundation to drive innovation. That means I will be working for someone else, and yes, I will be giving the idea that okay, we can think in such a way, we can bring the change in such a way, we can imagine our organization like in such a position. So if I discuss about advantages of entrepreneurship culture, that yes, we have more financial resources, we will be getting the expertise from someone outside our organization, and that will increase the likelihood of the sufficiently development, because we will be having some other one who will be having expertise, who will be having enough skills, but on the other hand, there will be someone else who will be investing funds. So that means we will be having cocktail of persons with thought process as well as funds. And yes, that's why the morale will improve, because the employees will think that our organization is motivating us to think beyond out of the box, and that's why they are investing in our business, and we feel the sense of belongingness within the organization. But yes, sometimes due to the lack of entrepreneurial culture within the organization may hinder the support of new innovation, because sometimes I am not at all confident. And yes, that's why that yes, what exactly that person is thinking, you give me idea, but I am not that much interested, and that will demotivate you. And you have to persuade me, you have to convince me to invest in your business area. And yes, not everyone is ready to invest in someone else's idea. So this is again a challenging task in case of this culture. Is that clear? Now, next is, another area which relates to leadership and governance. So we have covered already about leadership a lot. Now, anyone can tell me about governance? What exactly governance is? Okay. Yes. Yes. So yes, how I'm looking at you, how I'm overseeing your activity, that okay, like having a check, in simple word, having the check whether like someone is doing it correctly or not. So see, you will be covering the governance in separate chapter as well, regarding the shareholder, regarding the stakeholder areas, because we know that there is somehow the agency relationship between the shareholders as well as directors, and that's why it is important to have a full-fledged governance structure in case of a company. But again, a good leader is one who also governs, who also manage, who also keep track that yes, whether the organization operations are going according to the desired rules as well as regulations. So yes, we will be considering that in our organization, whether we are focusing on the ethical areas as well, because if ethics are not being adhered in the organization, because most of you are chartered accountant, so you must be aware about the professional code of ethics and how important they are in our life. So there are certain professional code of ethics which, being a chartered accountant, you will have to follow. Being an ACC member, I will have to follow, and I need to keep that in mind while doing my professional duties. So yes, a leader is the one who also governs that these areas are being considered or not. So leaders maintain oversees the organization while representing the interest of various stakeholders, while shareholders need might hold precedent in commercial entities. The concern of other stakeholders should also be acknowledged and addressed. Uh, so, guys, do you know what exactly the meaning of stakeholder is? Stakeholder? What exactly a stakeholder is? Yes, yes. So basically, a stakeholder is the one who can influence or can be influenced by the activities of the organization. Yes, in a very simplified way, Priyanshu, absolutely correct. Everyone who is connected directly or indirectly with the organization, who that person is the stakeholder. So that could be the shareholder, that could be the employee, that could be the government, supplier, anyone. Now, there are certain organizational governance concepts which you should be aware about, and we will be covering these definitions. Definitions are not directly tested, but yeah, you should be aware about the meanings. So yes, we know that in organization, we need to make sure that yes, there is fairness regarding every area. So fairness means that means equality is there in organization. There is no impartiality, in leaders while making the decision, and the good leader is the one who is giving the equitable judgment in the ethical scenario. That means I understand that it's not about that, okay, someone is rich, someone is poor, and I am being biased based on that, just taking the example. And someone is from caste A or someone is from caste B, so based upon the caste, based upon the religion, I am taking the decision. I am fair, I am just. And again, openness and transparency. And yes, for companies, it is very important. And not only companies also, if we are doing our business, it's very important to be transparent, to be open while making the decisions, for while making the investment related ideas. So yes, we should be clear about what our organization vision is, what our organization culture is, how our organization operates, and anything, we should be in a position to be able to communicate about our organization properly. Again, next governance practice involves, innovation. If you are not bringing the innovation in the organization, that means you are not doing something for the society. So yes, it is very important for bringing the innovation in the organization, be it regard to and whatever innovation you are doing. uh, Nowadays, in reporting area, we are not just providing the financial relating information. We are also providing non-financial information as well. Like yes, and we prepare the integrated report, which also involves our innovation related areas. Like yes, where we are gonna to be in future, and what specifically we are doing for our future related areas. Next, a good leader, we have already covered, should have the skepticism skills. He should critically evaluate. He should critically, assess different areas. And yes, in organization, we have non-executive directors and institutional shareholders. And these persons are having a very critical role in the governance in form of the skepticism skill. That means, whenever any proposal is being provided or is being discussed, they question, okay, why you are giving this option. And yes, they assess, okay, they just don't believe, because see, we have two types of director, and we will be covering this area in our specific governance related area, that okay, we have executive as well as non-executive director. Executive directors are one who are participating in day-to-day running of the company, who uh, who are real employees of the company, and the non-executive directors are the one who keep check on them, and they are the independent person. So that's why in organization, with the help of non-executive director, institutional shareholders, the skepticism skills is being tested, or everything goes on right track, because we know that there is someone else who is keeping track on our area. And again, independence, whenever we have to make decision regarding our organization, we need to make sure that we are independent, we are free from undue influence, and there is no personal motive behind any decision. That's why in case of a companies, we know that we have separation of roles. Like there is no one in the organization who is having all the authorities. Like there is a separation, chairman and CEO, different person. So that means I can't abuse my powers. Again, we should have executive director as well as non-executive directors, because independent NED brings independence, considering the interest of the shareholder, that yes, company is not doing something wrong with the shareholders. And again, we should make sure that utilization of auditors. Yes, we should have both internal as well as external auditors. We should have a good audit committee to make sure that company is being observed based on the actions. And yes, limiting of non-audit work. If the external auditor is doing non-auditing work as well, preparing the financial statement, providing non-audit services, so in that case, that person will be biased, because he know that if he will be doing something extraordinary for the company, and he get to know some misstatement for the company, uh, the company value will decline, and that's why he can lose his work. So that's why independence is important in case of a companies as well. Now next, next area which is important in case of governance related area is probity and honesty. And guys, why I'm not reading the detailed information, because I don't think so it is required to read these things. It's not required for SBL paper area. So again, the integrity, honor is important. Fair dealing is important. Property means I have good moral values. Like I am honest, I am fair, I am not in a position to mislead someone. I'm not that type of person. So that means I am honest person. Next is taking the responsibility. A good leader should consider that yes, everyone, like specifically our management, is ready to take accountability. That means the result of that desired outcome, uh, that person is ready to take the responsibility, take the accountability, and take the answerability of the outcome to the shareholders. Because it's very important. If I am not taking the responsibility, I won't be taking the good decision for my company. And the accountability, that means I am taking the ownership of whatever decision I am taking for that company. Is that clear? Any doubt till now? So these are certain basic terms, right? Okay, 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 guys, so giving you just 5 minute break. Now it's 19:31. Okay, see you at around 19:38, giving you more than that. Is that fine? But please don't delay, because I will be using PPTs after that, and because I want to finish this topic today. So yes, guys, are you back? Others, please. Okay. Okay, good. So now next, next area, which, good leader should have is, a judgmental skill, like, the judgment based upon the relevant understanding. He should have the decision making parts. Okay, that is the most important skill a good leader should have. And yes, what is the significance of a particular situation, he should be able to draw the conclusion based upon the given set of areas. And again, what if, a good organization is not having a, good governance structure. So if, an organization is having a weak governance structure, that could lead to bankruptcy of organization, because if there is no one to have a look what is being done, what is being happening in the organization structure, there will be, chance of, misallocation of resources. And again, due to that, there will be a situation of loss of trust of journal public and again government. And yes, there will be some regulatory changes by the government, because they will have to go strictness. Next is, integrity. And again, under ACC Code of Ethics, being a professional accountant, you have to follow the ACCA codes. And these codes include, professional codes include the fundamental principles, which we will be covering in detail. And if you are interested in, okay, see, Ronak, everyone, if I, in real life scenario, if I mention you, no one is perfect. And no one is the one who is, in a position to make everyone happy. So if, if there is some leader who is a participative nature, so again, you will allow others to, participate in decision making process. Someone will say that being a leader, he is not in a position uh, to take decision by his own. Like if he has to ask from us, what is the benefit of he being a leader? And someone who is, doesn't believe that others can take decision, like other will say that okay, he is having the habit of doing his own. So like, there is no one who is 100% perfect. So yes, now we were discussing about the, ACC Code of Ethics, and these involve the fundamental principles, and you will be covering these fundamental principles in various areas of your syllabus. So these includes the five fundamental principle. That means the professional competence, that involves integrity, that involves the, confidentiality, that involves objectivity, that involves the professional competence and due care. So these are my five fundamental principles, and integrity is one of them. That means I am honest, I am truthful, right? I am not being biased. So that is required for a professional accountant. That yes, I should be straightforward in my professional and business relationship. Like, my answer should not be based upon the, like biasness. I should, provide any information which is misleading, because see, being an auditor, being an accountant, or being a professional, like if you are a good leader, you are a professional, and whatever you will be providing in your, like books, other will be believing that. So yes, you should be honest. Next is reputation. An entity's reputation is intrinsically linked with the reputation of risk of its employee management and employees. So, it is comparable link to the reputation of the manager. If the manager is having the, bad reputation, somehow the reputation of the company will be bad. Just take the example, Ratan Tata is having a very good reputation based upon the ethics. So that's why Tata Group is having good reputation. So if the leader is, being, thought that, okay, he's a cheater, like, just take the example of Vijay Mallya. Now he's not having, good reputation in the industry. So in if the in the same way, the whole organization will be having bad impression. So if, there is some, the, reputation risk related area, just like take the example of Uber. If the data of Uber is breached, like, there will be a great scandal, just like, the data will be leaked regarding the personal information, mobile phone details, gender details, where you are traveling. So there will be some security risk specifically to girls. So that will create some disputes as well, and again that will lead to political changes, policy changes, reputational impact. So this is gonna to be impact if like there is a bad reputation in any organization. So now next is about the organization culture. This topic area was covered in your BT. Just to be honest, in your SBL paper, they never, discuss what is power culture, what is task culture. They never test. So, just recommending you, just, because we can't leave anything just for a plain reading purpose. I will be, guiding you that okay, what power culture is. But yes, while like revising your topic area, just give it one plain read. Never ever thought of like cramming it or something like that. Never. I will guide you which area you need to focus on. Like there are certain models, Belugan Hupale, like leadership related cultures. So you just need to focus on those areas, like cultural web. So not these areas. So yes, again, the organization culture is not just a like which is visually appealing. It's a cocktail of intangible areas as well. So yes, again, a leader is having a huge influential role in the organization culture, and that's why he will decide, or maybe with the collective participation of the whole organization persons, it will be decided that do we need to make a certain change. So yes, again, the material from three scholars, like there are three persons who like you have because this was a part of BT area. So there were three types of cultures. So one was the handy cultural of stereotypes. So this was regarding according to Handy, there were like these types of culture. One was the power culture. That means like under power culture, that there was one person who was having the whole authority. Whatever decision he was making, everyone have to follow. And again, there is another area which is known as the role culture, and that means there is a setup. That means everyone is being recognized based upon the function they are doing. Everyone will have to follow the hierarchy, and yes, every employee will have a specified roles in that organization. He will have to work according to his job profile only. And again, there is a culture relating to task, and yes, we focus on the just achieving our task in that specific organization. And there is one area which is known as the personal culture. That means like my personal ambitions are being visible in the organization. Like yes, like what I think or where I want my organization to be. This is about the personal culture of the organization. So this was about the handy cultural structure, and you don't need to remember this. Just understanding is required. Maybe you need to link somewhere, and you can use in a very layman language for that specific area. Never in last I have like a linkage with SBL from last 5 years, and I have never seen that. Next is Sitchin, determinant of organizational culture. So yes, according to him, we have artifacts. That means they are the observable influencer. That means like what is visually appealing in the organization. Maybe the like okay, what my organization look like, the the employee attire, like what kind of clothes they are wearing, what my office look like, it's neat or it's in an untidy area. So this is artifacts. Again, is post value. That means the organization declared goals, objectives, like what kind of intangible area which are linked to my organization, like the strategies being developed, the goals of my organization. And again, what are the basic assumption and values of my organization. So this was relating to Sinchin culture. This was part of your BT. In BT, it is being tested. In SBL, it have never been tested. Now, next is your Have should intentional perspective, like there are certain persons who are power distance, like there are persons who are like democratic, there are certain persons who are autocratic, that means who let other to be participate. There are certain persons who don't want that someone participate in the decision making process. And again, individualism, collectivism, there are certain persons who want their personal achievement targets to be achieved, and there are certain persons who want the whole organization to grow. So yes, they want the like everyone's fulfillment to be achieved. So next is uncertainty avoidance. There are certain, culture in which we avoid uncertain situation. We want the stability. And there are certain culture where we want to take risk because we want to achieve more return. And again, there are certain organizations who are long-term focused, and there are certain organizations where the focus is on the short term. Like we at least we should achieve something now. And there is one culture relating to masculinity and relating to femininity. We want, feminine culture. We want the, participation of female, right? We want them to empower and we want they to take their side. So, and there are certain organizations where, we are just focused about the male dominance. So this is the next area. Now, this is something which is important. Cultural web. And the notes which I will be sharing in that notes, you will be getting the same model in your strategy related area. So before and yes, maybe they will be giving you story, okay, enough, and this type of question have been tested many times. Maybe they will be giving you idea that in specific organization there was a person XYZ. He was, the one who motivates other. He was the one who used to take challenge. He has cracked many deals previously. And again, they gave the information about the people of the organization are having good cars like Audi, Mercedes. And again, like the management involved person in the organization. So this type of like a picture will be given to you. Now, what where you will be using this based upon this paradigm. Based upon this paradigm, you will be getting idea that yes, the model cultural web will be applicable. After the introduction of pre-scene, applicability of model is not compulsory. It is not compulsory that even if you are using the model, you are mentioning that it is a cultural web model. Sometimes the question will specifically mention you use cultural web. In that case only you will be using cultural web and it's a compulsion. Otherwise, if you want to take a reference from the cultural web and you want to mention that okay, according to cultural web and the scenario give me idea of cultural web, then that's fine. Otherwise, you are good to go without any model. Now, what exactly cultural web is? So, first of all, prior to starting the cultural web, the most important thing you need to understand what exactly culture is. Culture means what is the belief or organization, what kind of values are being followed in the organization, the attitude which are prevailing in the place of the organization. And yes, organizational culture means that, okay, within the organization, that means how you do things in the organization, how the, like things are being influenced in the organization with the founder, with the leader, what the working process of that organization is. So yes, why it is important to have a good cultural, good culture in an organization, because it will affect how you will be dealing the business area, how you will be making the strategies, how you will be empowering your employees. So that's why it is important to have a good culture in the organization. So covering the cultural web, you have different areas. The first one is the paradigm. Paradigm means the set of assumption, the set of assumptions and collective experience shaping how the organization react to event, influencing the strategy decisions and its accumulation of the cultural web aspects. So that means that collectively all these area will become basically the cultural web model, that is how our organization will react in a particular situation. if it is a risk prevailing in the organization. Or maybe we have to think about, like, suppose there was a situation of COVID and how that particular organization dealt with that situation. So this is all about paradigm. Now, in every area, you need to understand what exactly it is. And from these areas only, you will get to know that the question is giving me hint to apply cultural web model. So the first hint which you will get is, like, ritual and routine. Now, what will be covered under ritual and routine area? That means they will be giving you information about the daily routine of the organization, what kind of practice and norm are being followed. Maybe they will be giving you information regarding the office timing, that yeah, we are coming late, we are coming early. Let's say, yes, we are having late sitting, we are having long lunch hours. There are the person who are taking number of leaves, there is a huge strictness. So these things are part of ritual and routines. That means how the organization believes regarding the working activities of the organization. Next is stories. As I mentioned you earlier, that okay, that yes, this was our CEO. You know that our CEO cracked that deal. This type of information is being provided in the question. So that means the past event or history of the organization is being provided to you, and that is giving me hint about the story of the organization. And that will cover the heroes and villains of the organization. They're talking about the key individual and significant event which occurred in the past. And next is you will be getting information about the symbols. Symbol means like your external appearance of the organization. Like, the logo, the staff titles, the office premise exactly look like, the language, the cards, these are giving the symbolization. Like, it is giving you idea about the managerial status. Next is about the power structure. That yes, who holds the power in the organization? They will give you the study of the leader of the organization. Like yes, what your leader looks like his belief, his attitude, like who is having the real power in the organization, and yes, what is the management style? Is it straight? It is friendly? So this is about the power structure of the organization. And the next is about the organizational structure, whether the organization structure is formal, informal, centralized, decentralized, tall structure, flat structure. So this will give me idea about the organizational structure, and question will give you information that okay, there is a autonomy and maybe there is a bureaucracy, and yes, you have to discuss each and every minute detail with your seniors, or maybe you have the liberty to take the decision. Formalization, informalization. And next is control system, that okay, whether your organization is focused on the cost, or maybe your organization is focused on quality. Maybe the employees are controlled through the reward, that okay, we will be giving you reward, or maybe if you are not able to achieve a specific task, we will be punishing you. So this is about our the another area, like the area of, like you will be using the word budgets, you will be using the words overhead. This is giving me idea about the control system. So if in the question you find the areas, the information relating to these areas, then that means you have to use a cultural web model. Is that fine? Yes, guys, tired? I feel that because today's first day and you are like, I know that it's a theory, but trust me, SBL is one of the interesting paper, and I promise if you follow the strategy, definitely, although minimum marks is 50, you can get minimum 65 marks. And trust me, 65 marks in professional marks is a very good number. And that's why I have prepared, PPTs, short PPTs for you, just to make sure that you are not, getting bored with these PPTs. Uh, So yes, there is one homework related area for you to understand the question that okay, because I will be covering the questions which are available in the back with you guys, and I will be taking question from ACC Study Hub as well. So this question area, like you just need to make sure that you are reading the study, and then you are applying the case study according to this. So just read it once today as a homework. If you are not able to understand this, then we will be covering this in tomorrow's session. Is that fine? Now, next is the impact of culture on a strategy. So, yes, we know that, we have already discussed that culture means that how the things are being done in the organization. So, yes, to prepare a good, effective strategy, it is very important to have a good structure, organization, culture in the organization. So first one is about the cultural view, and if you have a positive culture, that will motivate the employees to be part of the organization, to be linked with the organization. Sometimes it happens that you're not satisfied with the money which you are earning in a specific organization, but just because of the work culture is very good in that organization, you are ready to work there with maybe less package as well. So it's like satisfying your employees. Next is captured by culture. Existing culture may resist significant strategies change. Entrenched beliefs hinder the acceptance of new strategic ideas. See, sometimes it happens that, okay, sometimes due to the existing culture, we are not able to adapt the change because, like we are totally contented with whatever we have right now. So it depends upon the culture, like which is prevailing in the organization. Yes, we should be happy with the current culture, but yes, make sure that we should encourage the employees to take the risk to change according to the need of our. Next is resistance to change, right? Yes, in entrenched culture, like we have already discussed this thing, that is reluctant to adapt new strategy, hamper the response to dramatically changing external environment. So if we are in such a culture that okay, employees are stuck to their existing norms, then in that case what will happen, like they won't be ready to accept the change. They will be doing okay, we are happy with this current scenario and we don't want to change our you know uh, like we are not ready to change ourselves according to the upcoming ideas. Clashes with the new ideas. New manager introduce innovating ideas may face clash with the prevailing organizational culture. Cultural differences pose challenges, especially in mergers and acquisition, where alignment with strategy and culture is crucial. So yes, we have seen that. Okay, new manager, whenever a new manager is coming, right? So he brings out some new change because he that's his method. So yes, we should make it sure that okay, yes, our culture should be in such a way that yeah, we are ready to accept the challenges, we are ready to accept the change, we are ready to accept the new changes. And yes, cultural change for business change, yes, sometimes we need to change our culture just to make sure that we are changing our business area. Like it's sometimes like okay, we are in the process of changing, or we are in the process of development, and for that purpose we need to change our business area. And that's why we will be required to uh, change our culture. So that's why the culture is having a huge impact on the business area as well. Now, next is impact of ethics on the strategy. So see, you know uh, ethics are very important. We have already discussed this area, that yes, ethics is important. And sometimes we know that that it is important for us to consider the shareholders are important person of our organization because they invest in our business area. But again, the next important area is to make sure that in today's time period, not only shareholders but stakeholders are also important. So organization are converting themselves to be ethical, because it is, uh, we are not just providing the details about financial terms, we are also providing about the non-financial terms, CSR responsibility, because organization are responsible for the society, because they are using the resources of society as well. Now, again, there are certain cultural organizational configuration. To be very open, again, this was part of our BT area. I am guiding you what exactly it is, but directly it is not tested. So yes, see, we need to understand our organization. So for that purpose, we need to understand how the exactly the model of organization is. So first one is like the strategic apex. That means, the top level management. The name itself is telling that strategy apex, the persons who are involved in decision making area. The another area is, the middle line manager. That means, like top level, bottom level, and middle level basically. So yes, middle line manager, that means they create the link between the top level and the operational level. The operational level are the one who work basically, the who are linked with the workers, or like, the laborers. They are the operating persons. So again, we need the techno structure as well. Technology, that means like, the work, the technological process is being conducted. And again, we need the support staff as well to make the things go in a very flow related area. So this is again our organizational structure according to, Mintzberg. So there is one structure which is known as the simple structure. So simple structure, one simplified, centralized structure. Like one person is stimulating everything. He is the one who is taking the decision. Everyone is following his decisions. Next is machine bureaucracy. This machine, we can imagine machine related to manufacturing. So it's related in the mass manufacturing related areas. That means we are relying on the technology aspect, because we are focusing on the production. That's why we are focusing on the training. We are focusing on the machinery. Next is professional bureaucracy. This is again relating to machine bureaucracy, but again, professional bureaucracy applies where we are working in an area where we need professional, like, without that person's skills, the work is not able to, be finished. So next is divisionalized form. That means, like we divide the organization, into your, units, subdivisions, which are independent from each other, and who take decision about their own divisions. And advocacy, that relate to tasks. That means according to our task, we will be, taking the decisions. We will be bringing the change. We will be, responding to a particular situation. Again, this is not tested. I have already mentioned you. But yeah, if you want to link anywhere, you can. Next is, we have already covered that. Okay, there is, structure. That means, I am telling you. So yes, tall, narrow structure, wide, flat structure. So sorry, tall, narrow. So again, as I mentioned you, these all are part of our BT area. Tall. So see, tall, and this is our flat structure. So flat structure and tall structure, what is the difference between these two structure? Area wise, there are lesser person involved in one stage, right? So this is narrow. We are following a hierarchy. We are following the step. Okay, this one will be taking the major decision, and he will be following the instruction of the top person, and then next, then next. So this is, suitable in a stable environment, because, the top management is, taking decision. And yes, we are focusing on the leadership related skill. In a flat organization, it is possible when we have a professional bureaucracy. That means we are having, almost every person who is having the same set of skills. Like in this, flat circles, but it's wide. Most of the persons are involved in this stage only. So in this culture, like, tall structure, there are chances of promotion. But again, it is again flat. So there is no promotion. We are already happy and contented, and we are already at the top level position. Now, next is you need to understand the, application to the scenarios. And the scenarios is regarding the cultural clashes. See, there could be, situation when there will be, clash between the mindset of the, one person in the organization with the another person. So yes, sometime there is new person coming into the organization, and that new person will try to motivate, to mold others according to his, will, and that will create fire, that will create the, mess in the organization. So we need to make sure, how we can use these terms in the question. Again, next is inappropriate culture and configuration. And these terms you will be using in the question. Okay. That yes, there is a cultural clash. That yes, employee are not ready to change. And yes, the senior, the new person is coming. He is motivating, or he is, trying to convince them, or he is like, one is autocratic type of person, and the organization till now was of the, democratic type of organization. So this is how you will be using the words. Next is inappropriate culture and configuration. Like, you will be getting information in the question that yes, the organization right now is not according to the society's expectations. Yes, the culture is not appropriate. Maybe in the question they will be giving you information that yes, in the area in which the country is operating, there are more females. But again, the boss, the organization culture is somehow that yes, no female will be hired. So again, this is inappropriate according to the, the situation. Again, different stages of an organization life. Yes, sometime, we are, attracting the, the n number of persons in the start, in the initial phase. But again, you will be linking the question that yes, maybe you will be getting the information that okay, in the end, yes, you are at a maturity stage, and you need to find out okay, the solution for the same. Maybe you need to strategize yourself. Maybe you need to adopt you according to the scenarios. So you will be linking it over here. And the next is the change management. Okay, whenever there is about, the situation about the change in the culture, it is important to change the management first, because if the management is not changing, um, it will be difficult for you. And again, giving you example regarding the Vodafone, there was a conflict between the, the cultural and the management style. The values were different. The division were based upon the region. So if the cultural clashes are existing, and yes, in the case study, you might have to suggest what is gonna to be impact of that specific situation. So if there is a cultural clash, the employees won't be happy by working in that organization. There will be difficulty in operations. There will be financial underperformance because I won't be working with best of myself. So that will be a situation of, cultural clash. Anything till now, guys? Anything till now? Okay. Uh, don't worry. After that, I'll be, using PPT as well for this, just let me finish this topic from here, and I'll be, giving you some, topic areas from PPT as well. So yes, now, next is, we know that yes, because, according to the situation, we need to, make the change in the organization. And one more thing which I need to mention you, there are certain topic which you will be seeing in my PPTs in different chapter, and which we will be covering in these notes in different chapters. So I won't be repeating that. I won't be taking your time. So just mark that, okay, this topic is available in PPT and not available in notes for your future reference. So Yes, next is the nature of strategic change. So yes, we know that, okay, because for growth, for innovation, we need to like make changes in our strategy. So yes, leaders have a very crucial role in making the change to make sure that people are not restraining with that change in the organization. So yes, the required leadership varies based upon the existing change. And yes, there is one of the most famous model which is known as Belugan Hope Haley, and I will be sharing notes for that. For for that change, right? The change management culture. You will be getting notes for that as well. So yes, there are variables which you will be considering. That means, are you doing a big change, or whether that is fast or slow? So based upon these factors, whether the change is fast or slow, or is that change is a big change or a small change, so based on that, you will be making your strategy. Like, okay, uh you know uh whether you are realigning, that means you are making the change according to the current business model, and you are not making a big change in your culture. You are aligning your strategy. You are you are changing, or you are trying to cope up the strategies with the external changes within the organization, like a small change, you know and transformation is something that, yes, you are changing your current business structure, but adapting, you are changing. In this, realignment, this is not a very fast, not fast. In transformation, you are doing, major changes, but in realignment, like small areas are being changed, and in transformation, major areas are being changed. If I sum up you in a very simplified way, in transformation we are changing the major changes, right? But again, in a big bang change, big bang name itself is changing, that yes, we are doing the change at a faster speed. And again, we are making sure that every each and every segment is being changed, and that could be due to our organization is going toward losses. And next is our incremental approach. Incremental approach, like, okay, step by step approach. We are making change, but on a series of steps. So, okay, one area change, then next area, then next area. So, yes, these areas are based upon the variables. These variable are like, are we adapting ourselves? Like, okay, the type of, like, as I mentioned, okay, incremental means step to step. Like, we are changing, or we are reconstructing, we are doing something new to our organization. Or evolution, that means we are doing the increments, but that incrementation is making the transformation in the organization. But that like evolve over a period of time, we use this term very openly, that they have been evolved over a period of time. That yes, something is coming new, but not directly with bunch of steps. And revolution, that means it's a major change is coming in the organization structure, due to the fact that, okay, because we need to make that change, otherwise our organization will fail. So I will be sharing a diagram with you guys in the next class, for that in my PPT notes, from different PPT notes, so that you can, understand it with the help of diagram. So as of now, you just need to understand strategical change depend upon the speed of change as well as nature of change. And it's not mandatory that, okay, you are using these fancy words. You can say, okay, fast change, slow change, or like, major change, or normal change. You can also write that. That is totally fine. So if you are like changing the whole business area, or you are just changing the one business area, so this thing you will be mentioning. Next, leadership style. We have JSW's, Johnson, Squall, Winstall, and again, it's not mandatory that you are writing, the style. But yes, according to JSW, we have education and communication style. That means you are guiding, whenever you are making the change, you are guiding your teammates that yes, why it is necessary to make that change right now. Otherwise, this is gonna to harm in that way. Next is collaboration and participation. That means I am involving the persons like you that yes, this is our change agenda and why we need to make that change. I am involving you in the process of developing that change. Next is directing, employing top-down managerial authority to set clear future strategy. That means this should be our change process, and I am hiring you to guide others to make that change happen. Next is coercion. That means I am using my power to, make that change happen. And yes, I am guiding you that okay, these are the process in which you will be able to make that change happen. And again, change agent. That means I am helping you to facilitate that change within the organization. You will have to follow up my instruction and I will be guiding you. This is again according to JSW, leadership style. These are the styles which every manager can follow while making the change to happen in the organization. Anything till now? I know it's the first class and it's going to be major theoretical. So in the upcoming lecture tomorrow, I will be taking question from leadership as well so that you can understand how the exactly questions will be tested. Now, next is, the style, the, circumstances and effectiveness related area. So yes, we are, like in this area, what is the benefit that yes, you overcome the lack of information because you are, considering, the particular situation. And yes, we are considering the circumstances, and in that case, uh, you know, uh, uh, you are communicating, you are guiding, and yes, that is gonna to be like a area that is will be a time consuming process. And if it is a a collaboration and participating, again, if I am collaborating, it is gonna to be time consuming because yes, I will have to collect everyone. No, not at all, Asta. I have already mentioned it is not mandatory to learn for your, because I know it's too early, but for your reference purpose, you can definitely take idea from my PPTs. And, but yeah, at least once go through these notes. And after that, for revision purpose, go and check it out, these PPTs, revise from them. After that, I will be sharing some other short notes as well. And then take reference from the questions. And questions, how you have to follow. I am not someone who is going to ask you that, okay, you have to go through the whole examination kit. No, like like obviously you will be expected to do 50% question area from the short question area, but 100% long question. Just a totally examination approach. I don't want you to just read and cram and again maybe end up losing marks. Just examination, you have to participate in the thought process. Just yes, the next area is the, there is somehow the collaboration and participation related style of leaders. Like I will be involving you in the strategies, in the agendas, and I will be guiding you. Okay, you should participate in the process. And yes, this is, like increase, this will increase. See, how you will be using this. Okay, there is someone who is participating, who is allowing others to be participative in the organization. And like in the given case study, you will be saying that okay, Mr. X, like suppose in our in our group, there is one guy, Devash. So yes, Devash is Mr. X, and yes, he is allowing others to have the ownership, so to participate. So that will motivate other managers to to think out of the box, to think betterment, and to invest in the company. But that will be a time consuming process because Everyone will be, giving their ideas, and that will involve discussion. Now, next is the intervention related area. Like, the change agent retain the coordination control, delegates the element of change. So, like, the change, the process is guided to you. And then after that, like, if what is gonna to be changed, I will be guiding you. How it is gonna to be changed, I will be guiding you. After that, you will be doing your own. But yes, again, the disadvantage of that specific area is that yes, maybe you will be doing some sort of manipulation. Next areas, there are certain persons who are giving direction, and that's why I will be using my authority to set direction, and that will give you a change. And now, there will be a clarity and speed, and yes, risk of lack of acceptance and ill convinced strategy. Maybe, I am just guiding you. That will be speedy process. But again, maybe you are not ready to accept whatever I am guiding. Next is coercion, explicit use of parts through edict. That means I am using my parts that you have to, follow my instruction. Sometime it is, gonna to be successful because, you have to just follow my instruction. But yes, sometime that could create the, the situation that yes, uh, uh, you know, uh, if there is no crisis related situation, that means no, emergency, you won't be following my instruction. So these are certain leadership styles. And see, guys, this PPT, from this PPT, we have covered the, this notes, we have covered the leadership style related areas. Now, let me complete this PPT so that you will understand which areas you will be, expecting. Professional code of ethics again, which is the part of our next chapter area from the notes. But yes, I have collectively prepared the notes in the form of PPT from this area as well. So certain areas we will be doing now, and like, we can take reference from the notes tomorrow. First of all, any doubts till now? Yes, Devaj, Astha, Rahul, Divya, Ronak, Rupam, Sapna, any doubts? Okay. So now next I have, as I've mentioned you, that we have professional code of ethics. And being a professional, maybe most of you are CA, CS. So yes, we all are professionals, and professional is the one who is having some special sort of expertise, some special sort of knowledge based upon the experience. Maybe a doctor is also a professional, accountant is also a profession, right? And being a professional, like doctors have to follow their, professional code of ethics. Again, lawyers have to follow their, code of ethics. We being an accountant have to follow our professional code of ethics. And yes, we have to adhere to those standards, and we are expected to follow those codes. And we have to follow these PICOP scores, which I have mentioned you earlier as well. And I have created a mnemonic for that, which is known as PICOP. That means you should have the integrity, as we have already covered. That means being a professional accountant, it is being expected from us that yes, we are honest. Whatever information is being provided by us is, considering the honesty. We are not lying. We are providing true information. We are not concealing any wrong information. And again, we are fair in our dealings. Again, we are objective. That means we are not biased that okay, if I will be saying this, if I will be providing this information, this is gonna to be more fruitful for me. And I'm not working under anyone influence based upon the fact that okay, this will give me more benefit. Again, the next thing which is being expected from us to be, have a professional competence and due care. That means whatever work I am doing under my professional duties, I am doing it with proper care, considering all the laws and regulation. And I am respecting the confidentiality of my client. It is my legal, it is my, duty to be, respect about the confidentiality of my client, because in my professional duties, I will be getting some sort of information from my client itself. So yes, I should not leak out the information of my client to someone else before prior, permission of the client. Again, considering the fact that yes, I should, maintain the confidentiality and professional behavior is the last one. Yes, I should avoid the action which discredit the professional members. Like, okay, there are certain scenarios which I should be considering in mind, that yes, I should not be doing anything which is gonna to be disrespectful for ACCA body. Like, someone says that she is an ACCA member and what she is doing. So I should respect the fact that yes, ACCA is a very professional degree. Now, what are the threats to professional ethics? So, being a professional, right, I have to adhere to these standards. And again, there are certain threats which could create, which are creating doubts that I won't be able to perform with objectivity. I won't be in a position to behave ethically. So yes, these threats include self-interest threat, maybe, and these areas you will be again covering in your AAA if you are planning to appear for AAA as well. So maybe I have some financial interest. I have some close business relationship with the clients. I have got some loan from the client. So these are the certain examples when I have some sort of financial interest in the company, and that's why I don't want that something negative will happen with my client. So this is a situation of self-interest. Again, self-review threat. Yes, I am, checking. I am auditing the work which is being done by me or my team. So in that case, if I am checking my own work, I won't be finding some mistakes in my own work. So yes, that's why it is important to have segregation of duties. That means there should be some Chinese walls in the organization, that yes, one person is not responsible for all the areas. Next is the advocacy threat. That means representing. It is not allowed to represent your client, because otherwise your objectivity will be compromised. And the next one is familiarity. Being an auditor. If today's first day with me, so you are not that much familiar with me, but over a period of time, maybe you will be. Yes, Vedant, definitely it was in double A. That's why I have mentioned that in triple A it will be tested again. See, SBL is a cocktail of various subjects, like auditing, BT, again, a little bit of law, little bit of FM. It's a cocktail of various subjects. So, yes, familiarity threat, as I was discussing about familiarity. So, yes, today you have got this, opportunity to, be connected with me for the first time. So, maybe you are not that much familiar with me. But over a period of time, you will be familiar with me, like, okay, you will be, openly asking queries to me, and that happened with the client and auditor and accountant, that yes, in whenever I am doing the work from since long time period, I will be more familiar, and yes, I won't be checking the detailed information about my client. So this is the sort of familiarity related issue. And intimidation threat means that yes, there is a situation that yes, I am, like being intimidated. The fact that yes, if I won't be following the instruction of my client can take some sort of action against me. Maybe in form of not giving me further assignment, not paying me. So this is a situation giving me situation of intimidation. Is that fine? So next is about safeguards against threat to professional ethics. So see, I have to make sure that there is no threat to my, professionalism, and I am complying with the professional, skills. So that means, I need to make sure on my end that yes, like there is no threat to my professional ethics. So that's why what I will be doing certain safeguards. So these safeguard includes, okay, I am adopting this professional code of ethics which we have discussed in the form of PICO, right? I am following those, professional codes. Again, I am following the policies and procedure. I am doing the risk assessment. I am having the strong internal control system in my organization. I am training my, employees to be professional. So these are the certain guidance which we can suggest in the main question as well. Like, you will be getting the idea that yes, in that organization, there is a threat to professional ethics. So that's why, the organization is not working, in a good manner. So you will be, guiding about that. Um, Next is again, um, what are the roles expected from a professional accountant in the society? So see, again, we have discussed these five scopes. And again, being an accountant, it is being expected from us to be transparent. Like, whatever I am providing in the form of reports, I am giving the, true picture. I am, fair with my shareholders, my stakeholders, and I am, giving the fair, dealings to, my stakeholders. I am independent. I am reliable. I am not being biased. And again, I am, trying to invest in, stopping this fraudulent reporting area. So these areas will give me idea about the fact that yes, I am a good professional. Now, next is, fraud. So what does fraud means? See, there is a difference between fraud and error. So what is the difference between fraud and error? Yes, fraud is intentional and error is unintentional. So yes, fraud is intentional act of dishonesty to gain unjust or illegal advantage. Maybe I am providing you misleading information and I know that I am doing it wrong, but I want to do that because that is more beneficial for me. Maybe I am, misappropriating my asset. Maybe, like I am doing some illegal activities. I am providing wrong information in my report. So yes, these are certain types of fraud, and fraud can be possible by external as well as internal parties. Maybe external parties providing us wrong invoice, that involves fraud. So yes, again, being an employee, I am claiming fictitious expenses. I am saying that okay, I went to that specific place for business meeting, but I want traveling there for my personal meetings. So this is again type of fraud as well. Now, there is a word known as whistleblowing. Can anyone tell me the meaning of whistleblowing? Whistleblowing? Yes, ask her. Correct. Yes. So, most of the time I give the example, about me, now what kind of student I was, and I was being hated by my fellow students. So I was a monitor of my class, and what I used to do is, like, if everyone is, if anyone is bunking the class, I get to know, or maybe, someone is doing cheating. I used to mention that to my class teacher. So maybe most of you who don't know the meaning of whistleblower, you will be aware about the meaning now. That means if anything wrong, like, obviously bunk is not a fraud, but yes, whistleblower is a person who provides the information to, senior management board or maybe the auditor about what is wrong in the organization, what illegal activities is being happen in the organization. So yes, that means it can be internal person, it can be external person. And yes, it is important nowadays And we have seen in many movies that okay, that person who is gonna to come up, in the courtroom, being a witness, he's being threatened that okay, you will have to face the serious consequences if you open up your mouth. So that's why in case of corporates, and it's a part of corporate governance to make sure that we have a good whistleblowing policy so that they are being protected from the persons who can threaten them. So we should make sure that we are, guiding them that, okay, your information will be confidential. I won't be telling anyone that, yes, it's you, and I'm providing protection in terms of job, in terms of the physical protection. No one is gonna to harm you. Just speak up what is wrong happening in the organization. So this means, this is the process of, speaking up about the wrong. Is that fine? Now, next area which we will be discussing, and yes, all these terms will be used in the paper. Like, okay, this will give you idea. Okay, the bribery is happening. Okay, the officials are taking money. So yes, what is the meaning of corruption and bribery? So see, they both are linked, and bribery is part of the corruption basically. So corruption is just a deviation from an honest behavior. That means, I am misusing my authority, like I am at the senior position and I am hiring someone who is close to me in my organization. And yes, I am, obviously accepting bribes, cartels. So these are the certain examples of corruption, and we normally say that yes, in our country the corruption is happening on a, very like often basis. We are seeing that, like, like in medical profession, we are, lucky that in our profession, for getting admission in colleges or maybe in CA, we like, in CA profession, in ACC profession, there is no use of, bribery related areas. It's totally truly based upon our, knowledge and our skills. But in, medical colleges, I have seen that, I have heard that yes, you have to give donation and you are entered into the specific colleges. So yes, it's a breach of integrity. Next is bribery. Bribery means it is giving, it is taking, it is demanding money, or any other advantage to, perform specific activity. Maybe you are, you want something from me, and I ask you, okay, offer me this money. Only and only then I will be, performing your task. So this is known as a bribery. So again, it is important, and again, in the case study, maybe you will be getting information regarding the bribery related area, and okay, they will be giving you information that yes, in that specific organization, that is bribery is, demanding. So yes, what is, the good measures to control bribery? Like yes, you need the commitment by top management. Again, you need the right culture. You need the, policies and procedures. Again, you should have a proper risk management process in the organization to focus on the more risky areas. Again, you should train your people. Again, if something is wrong is happening, you should, report regarding that. That means a whistleblowing arrangement. And again, you should monitor, like being a senior official, you should make sure that again there is, like, audit committee, like, there is, regular check-in on the activities of the organization. So these are the certain measures by which we can control bribery and corruption in our organization. And how we get to know that yes, there is bribery and corruption in the organization? There are certain red flags which give me idea that yes, in our organization, bribery and corruptions are being happened. So yes, maybe one person is having, higher power, or like, like payments are receiving, and yes, my income is just 50,000 and I'm having Audi car. Again, I am getting commissions. Again, there is no process. Again, I am, more of the cash payments as compared to like bank payments. So these are the certain red flags which indicate that bribery could be here. Is that clear? Yes, guys, is that clear? Any doubts till now? Okay, so see, we have covered the leadership related area from my notes as well as this booklet as well, and you can see that in this booklet we have the next chapter as professional ethics. I know that because due to the time limitation, it was not possible to cover this topic area from these notes. So from the PPT we have covered. Tomorrow I will be doing like spending 1 hour on this professionalism, and then after that we will be covering questions from both the areas, like leadership as well as professionalism from our question bank, so that you will get an idea that how the question are being tested. So yes, tomorrow you will have to participate with me in the question reading process and question discussion process. Is that clear, guys? And yes, before question practice, we will be just spending almost 45 to 50 minutes in this specific topic area. Okay, any doubts? We have 5-10 minutes. If you have any doubt, you can ask me relating to examination, relating to pattern, relating to any topic area. Any doubts?
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes.
I'm planning to give the exam in March 25. So is this a subject where we have a lot of changes or we don't have a lot of changes?
Not at all.
Then,
No change at all.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. The topic areas which I have covered during my time period, the same topics are being repeated. But again, let me tell you one thing. What change you can expect in your paper area? Every every attempt, or maybe in every 6 months, ACC issued technical article for a specific topic, and it's not mandatory that this change or this technical article will be regarding your subject. Sometime it could be from like last change I have seen within 2 years time span. So if any change or if any topic area is being introduced in technical article of your syllabus area, only and only then that change will be your syllabus area change. Otherwise, there is no change which is expected. And again, this is September month. 1 September nearby, or like before September, ACC issue the syllabus change guide, which is available on ACC portal, and you can have a look on syllabus specific change from that portal only. I will show you tomorrow that yes, how to use ACC study resources, technical articles, as I have shown you today, just of about ACCA practice platform. I will only and only guide you the way in which you can just achieve good marks. I'm not gonna to say you, okay, this resource, that resource, and again cram each and every question. So the approach, as most of you are appearing for the first time, you can follow in other papers as well. Like focusing on ACC related resources, we have ACC Study Hub as well. So again, I will be guiding you in which paper you can use that resource as well. Asta, you have question, ma'am. Can you please guide me that how should we study first? So see, these notes are very detailed notes as you have seen, right? So at least once I will be suggesting that read these notes, highlight the important pointers. You will get an idea. If the PPT is of 668 page, like these notes are for 668 page, I can expect that only 300 pages are relevant. Rest you have examples. Ronak, yeah, that is sufficient. That is definitely sufficient. But at least once, go through these notes. At least once. With me, like, today you have covered one topic area with me. Srinath, I am not sure about that. Like maybe we have linked the practice platform because I received test in the form of, like a practice platform only. So, The other students who don't know what practice platform is, again, we have ACCA's own practice platform, as I have already mentioned. So we have education platform. So again, we have Study Hub as well, which I will be showing you. Study Hub is again ACCA resource, where you will be expecting n number of questions. Again, it's an ebook by ACC only, so you can expect questions, and again there is option of to write and attempt question over here. So if you don't have good typing speed, you can practice questions there. So after every chapter, you might see that there are good 8 to 10 question in ACCA practice platform, or maybe you are aware about BPP, Kaplan, or Becker's authors. So these have like a good number of question for each and every chapter area. For SBL paper, I won't be suggesting that, okay, you have 70 short questions, so you are attempting all the 70 questions. No. Out of that 70 or out of that 60 question area, I will be suggesting just do maximum 20 or 25 short questions. But you have to almost 18 to 20 long questions which are exactly similar to the question which are being tested in your paper. Make sure you are not leaving any single question from that area, because what is required in the examination, you should do only that area. Like I am showing you this type of exact, like it's the replica of your screen, main screen, examination screen. So this is the past paper. Ronak, I have already highlighted you that yes, in one topic area, that yes, this is being tested. So till now, whatever was expected, I have already mentioned you. What was not required to, read, I haven't, read that area. Don't worry, in SBL, I never focus on, cramming, because your thought process should be just like a manager, a business leader. These short and long question, okay. Just going on the index related area. In this book, I am guiding you where these short and long question are. But again, in your, in ACC Study Hub, tomorrow I'll log in into ACC Study Hub and I'll show you where they are. See, all of you have this book, right? You can see that we have questions from 361 to 593 page regarding each and every topic area. And after that, we have full exam style questions. So I'm talking about the full exam type questions. You have to do these questions at any cost. Like we have four in this, but again, like we have multiple question on ACC examination platform. These are the totally exam pattern question, long question. And again, under ACC study hub related area, we have availability of short questions as well. Now, fine, guys. Any other doubt? Anyone else? Okay. So see you tomorrow. Make sure that you are at least revising it once. And tomorrow I will be, starting with the professional area from these notes. And again, after that, doing question of leadership as well as professionalism. And in the next weekend, we will be starting another topic areas. And after 8 to 10 topic areas, we will be jumping to the mixed blend question, which are just similar to long question related areas, because I don't want to invest time in the questions which are not going to be tested. Okay, guys, thank you. Around 25 classes, we can expect 20 to 25 classes. Astha? Okay, any other doubts? Uh, yes, I will be sharing that PPT with the team and they will be providing you. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you so much.